Play ball.
And here's Tanek following his double off Bryner at the top of the 5th of last game.
Good take.
Takes a nice screwball. Up and in. As we kick off game 2 here. Smack the other way, and that's through Daniels. And Chad, you surely can't give that one a hit as well. This is the PLW.
He hit it so hard with so much spin on it. I don't know.
I think there's players in this league that make that play.
He didn't look really that ready over there.
I'm pretty harsh. I think the chat's got my back again on that one. It's Tanek, we can't give him too many hits. He's too good. Which one?
Hit.
I got an error. The whole chat had an error as well.
I think it's an error.
I did too. I think you'd have made the play.
I haven't seen a front ground ball.
I know. Welcome to. Well, nah, it's through you. It's the PLW. Winkley grounds it out second.
5-0-0.
Oh my goodness! Right on the button at 5 seconds. And I'm with the chat here. I mean, this is the PLW. I'm not time.
Brad,
I don't have time to
in play, fielder's
argue
choice.
errors and hits. It
Change
goes
it to
through
an
your
out.
legs. We got to make plays.
Force
out. I don't
out.
care how hard it's hit. Now, if it's hit hard to your left or your right, I get it. But through the 5-hole, unacceptable. Let's raise our standards here. As Winkley is on first on the fielder's choice, and here's Herzog. Popped up. First pitch swinging. Santillanes coming over to make the play. And no Manny Santillanes today. The first time I've seen him miss a game this season. Yeah, no doubt. Purple Viking, yes, this is not even a debate in my opinion. As Trench's first pitch swinging, and he pops up to Bryner, which takes care of the inning. Yeah, I'm going to be pretty bullish on this error debate here. It's not a debate. Definitely willing to put my opinion down on that. Hard hit balls through the legs. Okay, make the play. I had a bunch of balls in my Warbirds ones game hit really hard at me. I think the guys in the field thinks they should have made the play. Sounds like Manny doing something. Probably a little fishing in Texas sounds nice. And here's Adam Tanek taking the hill here. Kind of a continuation of game 1. Same guys on the mound that ended game 1. As we got a 5:45 p.m. time. Vegas Golden Knights underway in 15 minutes. I will be updating you guys on the score of that game as we go. And here's Bryner swinging first pitch. See, 60 miles an hour, coming in hot, but swings, so it counts as a strike. And a quick 0-2. Tanek seeing how far he can get away with it. Pumps it up to 67. Bryner, what turned out to be the game-winning home run in game 1.
To lead off the game.
Yes. And it's the only run we've seen today. As Tanek sticking with the hard stuff. The 1-2. Little quirky delivery there. Throwing the timing off. It does not work. Trench makes a nice play again. Let's see if they can. And right off the strike zone from Tanek.
4.1.
As these Sandvipers do not mess around in their throws. That's a great play by Trench. Handles it. Keeps it in front. Lets his teammate pick up the garbage. And a big out there. Bottom first, 1 out, nobody on. No score. Shane Weber off to a scintillating start this season with 12 home runs.
I think it's scintillating, not scintillating.
You're right. The C is silent. Thanks, Chad. Still working on my broadcast vocabulary. As Weber delivers that into the gap.
Weber has been scintillating at the plate this year, Jim. He is the home run leader.
Scintillating. Thank you, Chad. You know, I've been waiting to use that all day.
Let's not talk scintillating with Wilson at the plate anyways.
I've been waiting to use that word all day, Chad, and I just completely bombed it.
That's okay, Trent.
Sat at work. And here's J-Dub. Weber at first, 1 out. Tanek delivers. Comes open a little bit there, loses it up and away. Beautiful day here at the Hideaway. Temperature's a little down.
Yeah, that's a good thing. This might be the last nice day
This will
we
be
see
the
out
last
here.
one under 90 degrees we see maybe for a few months here. As I'm interested in how that plays a part in our summer season. Big swing from J-Dub. Ahead in the count. Got a good pitch to hit. That pitch was there.
63 though, Jim.
That's true. And Adam's not afraid to do that. He does that to me often. Let's see if he comes back with that. Takes a little bit off it and back foots him.
Facing Tanek, the most important thing is to not get fooled by all of his body language
Yeah.
that he uses. He'll come hard, go slow, come slow, go hard.
And he's a big, intimidating guy out there.
Yeah,
he
he
comes
is.
off a little downhill.
He's got great body control
Yes,
as
he
well,
does.
just like Gannon. So.
Yes, can keep you off balance. Castaneda makes the adjustment and takes hot. The 1-1. Castaneda flaring towards center. Herzog out to get it gamely. And retires the side.
Very tidy first inning again.
We've seen some tidy wiffle ball, haven't we,
Yeah,
Chad?
I'm hoping we can keep it tidy all night long for the record.
Well, I mean, we might get to bed a little early tonight.
Yeah,
as,
well,
these
just-
games are flying by.
Well, I'm pitching later, so I'd like the tidiness to continue out there because I'm facing a very, very tough lineup.
Yes,
And,
the one's never quite an easy feat.
No, and they got like 5 pitchers now too, so it's hard to prepare for them for
Yeah,
sure.
when did they get so deep?
Yeah, they picked up that Spurrier, and I guess been told he's one of the better athletes that's been seen. He's good at everything he does, and he came down here his first night and was already effective.
Yeah, we saw a lot of him. Ended up taking the game, but was able to shut the kind of. I like to say plug the boat up a little bit.
Well, you guys had 7 runs in
Right.
the first inning with nobody
Yes.
out, and then they brought in Spurrier, and he shut you guys down for the rest of the game, and you guys
Yeah.
held on to win like 8-5 or
It
something.
was 9-6. The ball was in play a lot. I mean, there were some hard hit balls caught. I thought we handled them fine.
Only 1 earned run he gave up. I believe that was
Right.
a solo bomb to you in the 4th or 5th. That tacked it on.
Had a couple that series. Can't remember off who.
Weber out there for the second inning here, trying to preserve a Taylor inning. Taylor did throw 4 in the first game, so he's already at 5.
And here's Alonso. His PLW debut. Hacking at 54 as Weber's back out there. And it's a pitching change, Chad. I didn't even get it.
Yeah, I just called that, Jim.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just trying to conserve Taylor's
Yep.
Taylor's night. Weber looks like he is struggling. He's just a regular overhand pitcher when it's all boils down, and
And that's too much for Alonso.
take advantage of the rookie. But here comes Tanek,
You know,
and
this is a big matchup here. And
they'd like to walk Weber out quick and tack Taylor right back in there and
Yep.
get him to his 10 innings quickly tonight. So game 3, they just can't use him.
excited to see J-Dub. Obvious the Snappers want to rely on him for at least a game today. The series will get interesting. And Tanek stands far away from the plate, uses his length, really gets through the ball. As you see him still can cover that outside pipe.
He sure can.
Slider into him.
TJ stands really far away from the plate
Yes.
too, and I don't feel like he can cover that outside
I
pipe.
agree. And the delivery just misses low and inside. That's a good delivery there from Weber.
A walk might be the optimal play here.
Yes. Oh my goodness, and Tanek maybe trying to overdo it there. He's trying to get. He knows a couple guys out there with that home run lead. He wants to get right involved. High fly. Taylor's under that, tracking to left, and makes the play on the run. Tanek just gets under that. Another night, that's out of here. But early viewing here doesn't appear the ball has that kind of travel. Hanging up in the air a little bit, you're going to need to get one today. And I personally love when the field plays like this. What's up, Rabbit? I'll be updating the night's game. You can absolutely. First pitch to Gannon. Dr. Winkley. He takes away. Score game 1 was 1-0 Snappers. Very good swing there from Winkley. He's not going to be happy with missing that pitch. As the Sandvipers really need to take advantage of this pitching change here. Weber, any innings they get out of Weber would be very important. And he stays alive. Still 1-2 count. Weber staying under that 55 effectively. See if he can get nasty. Tries to back foot him. Thank you, Shamrock. What's going on? Fouled right into the catcher. He drops one.
He drops the first, and with 2 strikes, the first foul tip into the zone is dropped. But if he does it again, he'll hold on. It'll be a strikeout. Happened a couple times this year, actually.
Here's the 2-2 offering. And a great take there on a pitch diving away from him. Shane, we're rooting Shane on. He's going to have to battle. And that's smacked center field.
It's probably ball 4, but Tom's able to handle it, drive it up the middle. Bring up
Winkley
Herzog.
gets his season underway. No damage done. 2 outs. Weber will be confident to get these guys out in the bottom of the order of the Sandvipers.
They really need TJ in this lineup. Their lineup is a little thin without him.
Absolutely. Much needed right-handed bat. Nobody in the league wanted to see that, Chad. Oh, Devlin bobbles. Recovers.
3-9-1.
And Weber gets through it on the pitching change. And away we go. Double bagels early.
Double bagels early. 1 run total in 7 innings right now. So pitching looks like it's going to be king tonight. And Tanek, I see no signs of him slowing down.
Nope. And it's good.
We got Legends against the Ones coming up at 7:30 p.m. here tonight.
Yeah, Chad, I like the look of your team. You guys, I think, pretty improved.
We haven't had our team in place yet this season, really. We've had too many weekend games, and
Right.
we really haven't had our squad out in full force. It looks like Stevenson's dinged up tonight, and he's going to be out, but we should have the rest of our guys, and not sure what the Ones are bringing. I feel like it's the late series. The Ones have a little bit of trouble getting here for the early series,
Right.
so I'm assuming they're going to be at full strength here tonight. I'm not 100% on that, though.
With them at full strength is a tall task. Our current PLW leaders.
Christian up here. He has the longest home run in PLW history.
That's a pretty big comment
He
there.
hit one over everything that exists with that 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing out about 2 weeks ago.
And he spins one off the bucket. That's in play. Still spinning, and I don't think that's going to get there.
5-1-9.
Tanek on the ground again for the second time today.
That's got to be a hit as well.
And that's going to be a hit. That's off the bucket, spinning. Not an easy play.
The bucket is the pitcher's friend, and almost was the pitcher's friend again there, but
It's a long way to get down.
Tons of spin on that. That squared the bucket up pretty good with that much spin, actually. If it hit the side of the bucket, it would have gone shooting somewhere.
Here's Caps. Takes it a
Oh,
bit
just
hot.
hot.
Nice delivery. The 1-1. Caps flares that into left. Communicating is Gannon, and he makes the play.
Yeah, Zoe will learn soon that Gannon's got everything, so just get out of his way out there and he'll catch it.
And yeah, you want the guy coming towards the ball in that scenario. Absolutely. Easier play for the outfielder. Infielder should give way there. Unless you're camped underneath it as an infielder, but running with your back. And that's flared. Moving, that's tricky. And bobbled around and he kept his composure.
Herzog with a
That's a nice
good
play.
play. That ball was tailing a lot back to the second base side
Yeah,
there.
he kind of started out to his right and it was tailing back to his left, and he had to stop his momentum there and took a few taps at it. Tanek will be glad to see that caught.
I don't think Weber saw what that pitch was there. That was a slider way down and away, and he swung as if it was like up and in.
And a good adjustment there from Weber is Tanek has really lived over 55 this entire time. And the Snappers are offering at it. Bottom 2 here, no score. Beautiful day at Hideaway. Ground ball. Trench to Herzog. And we move on to the third. We'll take a minute to, Polero Gaming. Appreciate that follow. As a few others today. Please hit the follow button if you're viewing. Thank you to all 59 of you for tuning in.
Another pitcher's duel you're watching here. Game 1 was decided 1-0 on a leadoff Taylor Bryner home run to start the game. And
That's all we've seen.
Weber got in a little trouble with the walks, but Taylor was able to come in, get out of it, and hold down the Vipers to no runs. And now Bryner started this one off through the first, and then I've got Weber right back out there trying to preserve Bryner's innings for the night. It's a 0-0 game, though. They would love to jump and get a couple runs here off of Weber and tie this series up.
Yeah, any innings Weber can give him is going to be important. Hit that like, hit that follow and subscribe button. Support what we're doing out here at the PLW. We're really excited about it. Here's Trench trying to get his season going. Takes it right on the button at 55 for strike 2. We start with the 0-1 count here in the PLW. And the 0-2 delivery. Trench flares that into left. That's going to get down, and his season gets started.
All Trench wants is 1 hit a game. He thinks 1 hit a game keeps him as an average player. If he can go 1 for 3 with a walk, 1 for 4, 1 for 3 with a walk. And
that's what we say. That's baseball talk there. You know, yeah, Friday night against their ace, you get your hits and then do your damage on the weekend. As Alonso takes inside. And a big spot for him early in his career. And he flares one to left. And that's a great play by Caps. Tip drill. Off the fingertips to himself. And that's a wonderful play to the delight of Shane Weber. And Caps just evolving his PLW game. It seems like game after game getting better. And he's ecstatic. Tanek looking to do his first damage of the season. Big spot here. Top 3, 1 out. Tanek fly ball. Tailing. Castaneda bucket grabs it. And Tanek got to be frustrated with his last 2 at-bats as he's just millimeters off. Good swings there. Top 3, 2 outs. Runner at first. Weber on the mound. Dr. Winkley himself now after getting his first hit of the season. Swings at a good pitch to hit there on the outside half. The 0-2. Grab up the middle. This will be cut off by Bryner.
right side,
Goes
first
to the
and
right
third.
side. Trench will advance to third.
Smart play by Bryner, getting his body down to the ground,
Yeah.
understanding that wiffle ball can jump and
Yep.
bounce and slip off of you if you don't get something, with some bulk in front of it. A
Yeah.
hand down is not enough sometimes.
Cutting off doubles is important.
Bringing
Safety first there.
Going with a third infielder here, first and third. There is 2 outs.
Herzog in a big spot. First and third, 2 outs. And Weber. He relies on that slider. He's bullish with it, and he comes right after. It's all about location for him. He's got to live on the pipe. Chokes one there.
Weber, not the best golfer. I've played with him a couple times. He does struggle out there a little bit.
Right, it's all good and fun. And Herzog! That's off the wall for a triple. Almost out of nowhere.
Casey's all or nothing up there. He's either he's a walk or a strikeout or an extra base hit. One of the 3 pretty much every time up.
And that knocks in 2 runs for the Sandvipers, and here we go. Great job extending this inning. Jump out in front 2-0 on a day when runs are at a premium.
Sure are.
Big hit there by Herzog. He feels good about that. Especially first game of the season, first series of the season for these Sandvipers. You want to get off to a good start.
Stat of the season, they've scored 0 runs with Trench eye makeup on.
Yes. He fouls that back.
Just any little dirty single here will get 1 extra run across.
And it looks like the eye black has been removed. So I don't know if your stat is still good. The eye black wasn't on. And Weber dials in, gets out of it. And you see, Trench, a little frustration there, and the pressure is on. The Sandvipers, I've been talking to these guys. They want to come out and make a good showing. They've been watching some of these guys get off the big starts.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, we have guys with 10 home runs already, and you're
Taylor and Weber have 24 between them, 12 apiece to lead the league.
Yeah.
24 home runs.
right.
What is this? Their 16th, 17th, and 18th games?
I believe this is their 6th series of the season. Yes,
6th series of the season.
They're 11-4 coming in, and 12-4 now with that game 1 win.
12-4 with that game 1 win.
Well
It's-
set up to have a repeat entry into the playoffs this year.
with the ones and the Snappers sucking up all the wins right now, it seems like the third place team could find themselves with a very mediocre record.
We are going to be in for a great relegation fight. It's going to be a great relegation
The fight for the bottom of the playoffs,
Yes.
the 4 and 5 seeds,
Yes.
and then the 6 and 7. That could be where the
Absolutely.
battle is between
Absolutely.
4 and 7.
Got a really kind of early Stoneman Warbirds weekend series coming up. That's going to be a big one.
That's going to be a big one because you guys are down, both of you, kind of near the 5, 6, 7 seeds,
Right.
you two teams, and this really is a Premier League. Teams like
Saturday's
Manchester
series is-
United and Manchester City, they don't go to the bottom of the
Right.
standings. They live at the top, and the teams fight to be in the bottom. And
Right.
you know they might end up with a 2-40 season, a team that finds their way into this league, and they're just going to have to get back into that Challengers tournament as Wilson goes the other way.
Weekly can't get there.
Gannon can't
Might have
get
picked
there.
up a couple scabs for that effort. Doesn't look like he's wearing any padding out there. And J-Dub leads it off with a double, and the Snappers, what they do is they bounce back. You just can't get rid of these guys, Chad.
Never, the Snapper's going to bite.
And Castaneda, that's top spin, twirling.
Touch.
Looks like that was dirty. Since the infielder touched it, the runner will not score from second.
He's
Typically,
got to try and take one more step and get his body in front of that a little bit better.
Right.
Instead of reaching.
kind of read the spin, and maybe that you can't make a hands play with that. You got to use your body to get in front of that.
Yeah, it really is hard because if it hits your hand, it's just going to spin off of
Right.
it. As I said earlier, that's you got to get something of mass in front of it. A belly or a chest or a leg or a big thigh or
I'm
something.
with you. Knock it down. You got plenty of time with the 5 seconds.
And you got Trench there ready to field it off of him as well.
Here's Santillanes in a big spot here with nobody out, first and third.
61 Jimmy offers that.
Snappers like to swing at it. It's a shutdown inning here for Tanek. You like to shut down the bottom half after scoring. So
Little submarine action.
Tanek feeling a little pressure. Misses low and away.
He looks like he's a little scared of Christian here.
He doesn't have too many bases to work with. And he runs it full.
Walker
Bottom
is up in the
three,
bullpen.
Full count, big spot here. And he kind of put one over 47 high. Santillanes is going to want that one back. Tanek knows he really has to kind of come in here. Foul in. And his second foul ball into the strike zone there.
Yep, he fouls 2
And
back.
he goes down.
Catcher handles the second one. Big strikeout for Tanek.
Huge strikeout as this game is heating up. Here's Caps.
First and third
made
here.
a beautiful play here on the top half of this inning.
On a ground ball, they're going to have to make that decision of whether they want to roll 2, because if they roll 2 unsuccessfully, the guy scores from third.
That's a good point. I'd like to hear your opinion on what you would do in those spots, Chad.
It depends on the feel of the play. If I think I got, well, they have the 2-0 lead here, so they can gamble a little bit more. That run doesn't mean as much with the 2-1 lead,
Right.
2-0 lead.
I know I heard you saying that you encouraging the Legends to go for those 2 outs.
Yeah.
The pitching, the hitting's too good.
The hitting is too good. You gotta get the outs when any chance. Even
And Caps delivers.
a 30% chance to roll one, I think that's good enough to make the attempt.
I agree. You got to get outs out here, and you need all of them.
Yep. Unless it's a game situation in the 5th inning and a tie game, a little different maybe.
And a
But
big hit there from Caps as it rolls the lineup over with 1 out to Bryner now. And the Snappers starting to figure out Tanek here, second, third time through. And it's 2-1. And we've got ourselves quite an affair here. Snappers just don't go away. Bryner scorches that down the left field line, just foul.
good change up by Tanek getting Taylor out in front to get that strike. Let's see what he comes back with now. He has a couple pitches to work with.
You can feel a little tension here. The 1-2. And it's the eephus. I've sat at the bar a couple nights with Adam, and he talks about that pitch right there. He's going to have it in his arsenal. He's asked me, Jim, why don't you have an eephus? And I say, well, not sure. Flared over to the right. Herzog, who's been dependable at second base today.
He looks pretty good over there. He's got good reaction
An
time.
easy play. Those are all tailing hard towards the foul line.
I think it's the first time I've ever seen Herzog in a hat.
Yeah, good point. Big out there. Here's Weber, another one. Fouled straight back at 60. Tanek knowing these snappers offer at those 60-mile-an-hour pitches. I'm sure the rest of the league taking note. Maybe a way you can come at these guys.
59 miles per hour.
Yeah, Gershwinder, great point. Chad brought up a great point earlier about the shadows being in play. Not so much anymore. And we're seeing the ball put in play a little more.
63 miles
I know Petricus really struggles at this hour of day picking up the ball, and he's tried a couple
Right.
different pairs of sunglasses. He's tried no sunglasses, and you can just see the swings aren't as confident.
2 on, 2 out. 2-2 count. And he gets them.
Holds on to the lead
Deuces
there.
were wild. And Tanek does a good job. First and third, nobody out. Minimizes damage. And holds on to a 2-1 lead. And we'll take some time with our sponsors here. Tarantino's Vegan. Love that. Very popular around these parts, as this is a vegan facility.
Yeah, Mike put on a great draft for us.
And the food is good.
We had our draft at Tarantino's restaurant.
Right.
About 25 of us gathered in the restaurant, and Mike had a great spread of food out. Mike
Awesome.
acted as the MC all night, called all the draft picks.
Yeah, he's brought food over here a few times, and I have nothing bad to say.
No, yeah,
Great
it's like
center field shot. Let's get some camera on him if we can. Little Batty Bakery.
I don't think our cameraman
Maria
has an earpiece
plays
in.
on Friday nights co-ed. And Pocket Radar. We'd be nowhere without them, as they
Also,
basically control the league.
Bert's Bats.
Oh, yeah, Bert's Bats. Absolutely. Supplying the bats out here. Doing all the damage. And here's Weber staying in there. Alonso at 51. That slider that Weber likes to throw. I believe J-Dub scored for the Snappers, little boot boot. Lead off double there, that just out of the reach of Gannon, trying to get in front of that. Good eye there. Zoe making his debut. Got his first hit of the season with a little flare to left. His last time up. And he goes to left again. And it's gone.
Zoe, his first home run in PLW.
First PLW home run for Alonso. Extending this lead with an insurance run here. And that has to feel good. Big hit there, and Chad turned the lineup over to get Tanek and Dr. Winkley up as well, with only 1 out.
Huge insurance run there by
That's a
Zoe.
big insurance
what
run,
a swing he
absolutely.
put on that.
Absolutely. Now Tanek, who's just missed a couple. Putting a lot of spin on the ball, just missing. I've been there. Very frustrating. Only a matter of time before he squares those up. Takes a big cut there and a offering he'd like to handle. Low and in. Slider going into his wheelhouse. Won't be too long before those are put on right field. And this one tailing towards center, but Bryner is there. Hit hard.
I think the Sandvipers are going to pay for not picking some early games because of how many times the wind was blowing out early in the
Sure.
season. They didn't get to kind of pad those home run stats.
It's playing heavy today.
It is playing heavy. I'm
yes.
kind of excited to get out there.
Temperatures lower, a little different pressure out there. And Gannon. And that's popped up and just hits the turf. Great effort out there by Taylor Bryner. Mr. Do-It-All, as Winkley will get aboard first. No damage done. Here's Herzog, big triple his last at bat to kind of get things going for the Sandvipers. High fly to left. And Herzog follows up the triple, and that's gone. And the awakening, Chad, of the Sandvipers.
Not exactly where we thought it was going to come
And
from.
exactly.
Zoe and Herzog, but look, I'm underestimated out here. A couple of guys, and they're stepping up. Herzog, tack
Casey
some on.
Herzog going to do a little NFL, some selfies there, a selfie celebration.
They were-
Seen that one quite a bit. And this game's 5-1.
Weber hasn't really fooled anybody this season, Jim. He's not been a very effective pitcher, and I think that has to drop the Snappers' odds. That's
Well,
one, right? Nope.
clearly
Foul ball in the zone, right?
Saving J-Dub for game 3. You know, trying to get Bryner and J-Dub with some innings for game 3, and they need to find a guy to eat some innings. Daniels to short, and he takes care of Trench.
4-1-6. Remember, 5 seconds is safe. 4.99 is an out. I've got the only stopwatch rolling here tonight up in the booth.
Here's Zoe. And yeah, the Sandvipers doing it with maybe an unexpected cast of characters. Tanek and Gannon, typically the machine that, kind of the captain that drives the boat. But Alonso with a big home run, and Herzog with plenty of RBIs. And that misses down.
7 miles per hour.
And Weber just needs to find another pitch. The slider, you can only go through the lineup so many times. And Alonso,
5 miles.
fly right to Taylor. And the damage is done as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Excellent job by the Sandvipers waking the bats up, the bottom of the lineup, doing the damage. You know the top of the lineup is going to get theirs at some point.
Yeah.
But for Zoe to get that team off their backs there and give them a little confidence. Casey putting some really good swings in the ball. Casey's a fantastic home run derby hitter. As we
Great pull hitter.
just
Yeah, he
lobbing the
lives
ball
on
to
that
him.
line out there. And if he connects one, it goes.
He's got that same swing every time where
Sure.
he handles that pitch up and in really well and turns
Mm-hmm.
on it. He was ready for it. He's sitting on it. As you know, when you get ball 1, ball 2, you got to throw something good. And
Sure.
he was ready for a good pitch, and he got it. You got Dodos here. You got Chad here.
59 viewers love it. Golden Knights gave up a goal, Chad. It's 1-0 Avalanche early.
What's that series? 3-2
That's
nights?
a
or?
3-2 Knights looking
All
to
right.
close it out tonight. I'm sure many of our viewers are interested in that result.
Yeah, maybe
We'll
that's
be
why.
updating that periodically throughout the cast.
J-Dub Wilson here leading off the 4th. Needs some base runners, the Snappers.
Good little get me over there.
1 miles per hour.
Hard to take those get me overs. I like to see J-Dub offer at that.
He's come hot so many times with that first
Yeah,
pitch
you're
that
right.
you kind of.
Get off balance a little bit.
And there's the hot one.
And then
Just a
goes
little
below
bit.
the zone, gets the over-the-top swing. And that 12-6er down in the zone, so hard to lay off.
Wilson just looks overmatched against good pitching still, and I'm never going to back off that point until he shows me otherwise. Yeah, he did hit a big home run off of Stein, but
Big double to lead off. I think he's responsible for the Snappers run. Castaneda, another spinning ball. Trench handles, takes a step.
great
Fires.
play by Trench, 4.19.
Gets-
Excellent.
Recognized the spin, Chad. Got around it. Didn't let it get behind him where he had to reach. And,
2 hands on it
made a nice play,
simultaneously
yes.
to contain it because that ball.
Great form there.
Yep. Trench prides himself on his shortstop defense out here. He really does work hard, and he wants to succeed.
He wants to be
out here.
recognized as one of the better shortstops. I mean, he does a good job.
He does.
He's agile, quick, in good shape.
Yep, absolutely. He's out there building the trenches, man, you know?
Yep. Here's Santianes trying to make the adjustment to lay off that 60-plus pitch. And off the bounce, ting off the bounce there. Missing low and away. Gets the count back. 2-2, 2 outs. Snappers chasing 4. I have learned my lesson when counting this team out.
Oh, he
Another
hit that.
tailing ball to Casey.
He hit that hard, but again, he just didn't catch it clean, and it just spins off the bat. Herzog's able to range to his left a few steps and contain it.
Those pesky wiffle balls, Chad. Got to square them up.
Vipers 3 outs away from evening this series up and making Game 3 extremely interesting.
Yeah.
Game 3 will be Jonathan Wilson against Jason Walker for the pitching matchup.
Yeah, and just getting a game off these Snappers for the Sandvipers being swept out of that playoff series in the spring season. Just getting a little confidence boost by taking a game off of them. And I'm excited for Game 3 if this holds.
Ditto. Let's see really what happens with the 2 number 3 pitchers coming in at that point as well. Wilson's looked pretty good, though, pitching as of late. But the
The trick is
Vipers-
I cannot hear it, but the Knights have tied it up. 1-1, Knights and Avalanche, as Tanek leads it off. Weber staying in there in the top 5. Comes right after Tanek. Won't be long before those are parked. The 0-2. Right back to Weber. He doesn't know really much about it. Gathers himself.
4-2-2.
What's up, Bird? This is in Game 2. Snappers took Game 1. Sandvipers up 5-1 here in Game 2. Setting up for a really good series here. And your mom, we don't want none of that talk around here. As we broadcast from Las Vegas. Here's Winkley. Offers out a slider. A little hot at 57.
Winkley likes it a little hot, actually. He likes hitting that 50, high 50s range.
No, you just can't be too picky out here. You get a pitch to hit, and it's flat like that. I think he can handle it. 68 viewers. We thank all of you for tuning in to some very, very good PLW action. Knuckleball. Great play by Weber. Daniels ranges over, makes the throw. I think that's in time.
4-4-7.
Nice reactionary play there from Weber.
2 in a row off of Weber there.
Yeah. And Daniels, aware, sweeps up the garbage. Here's Herzog, who's done some damage, and he lines one, and that's on the ground. I got that as hitting the turf, Chad.
I got that trapped.
That's down. Tried to sell us, Chad. Not going to happen. We got too good of a view up here.
We do have a good view up here, and people think that I miss stuff. But
Yeah.
Jim, I don't miss stuff.
You don't miss much.
We're on top of it.
I like to think I'm on top of quite a bit too, Chad.
And even I'm not the quickest one to make a call. A lot of times I'm going to wait and see what else he has, what he saw. You know, people have different views out here.
We're not guessing out there.
No, we're definitely not. That might
Trench.
go. That might go.
High fly, it's gone. Oppo over Little Batty Bakery. And that's a 2-run homer for Trench, his first of the season.
Weber really, really giving them up this season. What was what? Single.
And our
He dove.
broadcaster himself, Trench,
Tracy, make
getting
sure Brad
his
has
season
that single.
started, making this a 7-1
Make
game.
sure.
And this has got to feel good for the Sandvipers, who were bageled in their first game. Coming out. Weber just trying to eat the innings up.
What great opposite field swing by Trench there, Jim.
Stays inside it and parks it.
He's going to feel really good about that. You know, he really does pride himself out here, and he knows that he's
He's a confidence guy too. His confidence can go kind of when he's streaking.
Yeah.
He gets confident up there, and I've seen him get down on himself a couple times as Alonso strikes out on a 61-mile-an-hour pitch.
guys like Trench and I are going to become dinosaurs in this league pretty soon. You know, we're kind of the old men of the league at this point as new talent in their 20s keeps pouring into the league, and eventually we might be defunct. But as of right now,
Well, you keep putting swings on the ball like that, I think somebody will find you.
you're right, actually. And it's not like Adam's going to waive Trench anytime soon.
No.
So even if there is a slightly more talented player behind him trying to get into this league,
Right.
this league is going to be 100% exclusive starting July 23rd. There's no way in anymore. I did preach this all last year. If you want to get in this league, the time is right now, because as of next season, there's not going to be any spots open in this league.
Right. Yeah, you got to go through the draft, earn your way in. And here's Caps.
Or the Challengers Tournament. Don't forget the teams that will be relegated, but it's going to be even the teams that end up finishing 6-38 or 6-36 are still going to be big favorites over any challenging team from the minor leagues trying to come up.
relegation battle, absolutely.
The top half of this league is so strong right now.
Here's Tanner trying to close it out. Caps flares one. That's got Tom going back and makes a catch.
Tom is almost a lock for a Gold Glove once again this season. He is so adept at
Looked a
playing
little
that
fool
ball.
on that, Chad. Took a step in maybe and recovers.
I think the ball's carrying a little better right now as the sun goes down than
Yeah,
it was when we
interesting.
first got here. I don't know, though.
It's bad news for you, Chad.
Maybe.
Hot at 67.
7 miles per hour.
Bottom 5, 1 out. 7-1 Vipers. Really blew this thing open.
Taylor mentions how he even had trouble laying off that 67 right down the middle. He just wants to swing.
I'm the same way. Up there to do damage. It's one of the hard adjustments for me is, it's been a decade since I've taken an approach at the plate. Used to softball where I'm swinging. Can't do that in this league. Bryner scorches one down the line again. Just foul.
8 miles per hour.
Have to have an approach in this league. Can't just go up there swinging the bat. And that's something that I've had a hard
Especially
time adjusting to, is I thought I retired from that life.
Oh, you're right, Jim. The approach is the most important part.
Right.
You're already 0-1.
Yep.
Once you get 0-2, you're not getting anything good to hit. So, getting ball 1, ball 2, and getting yourself to that 2-1 count, that's going to go.
Bryner, his second of the day. He's up to 13 on the season.
League leader.
And a little momentum for this third game. Maybe not all the way back for the Snappers, but, some good feelings going into this game 3, and we're in for a good one.
Adam's making way for Walker here, letting him get himself a couple of batters because he's going to be starting game 3. So,
Well, that shows that Walker's not going to go a complete game in game 3.
why?
Well, oh, no, you're right. 10 innings.
Yeah, 10 innings.
Excuse me, Chad.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay. He's just getting, I like Adam getting him 1 inning out here, just so
Yeah.
if he's got a kink to work out, he can work it out here with this 7-2 lead instead of in the first inning of game 3, which clearly is going to be a big game here.
Yep. Almost like a little mini bullpen, huh?
Yeah, a little mini bullpen in live action. I like it a lot. I have told my manager that I do like to come in that last inning of game 1 because I throw game 2.
Sure.
So just to get loose and maybe if I'm going to give up a home run, let's give it up while we're
Yeah,
winning.
get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. 70 viewers, Chad. We thank you guys.
Walker threw a perfect game in season 1.
saw that.
That may never happen again in the PLW as these rosters strengthen.
Here's Weber with 1 out. Aggressive early. Walker's sticking to the 60s, kind of a Sandvipers strategy here against the Snappers. Throwing 60 at him. And a dirty slider. Walker's feature pitch. Big break on that slider.
57 miles per hour.
He definitely has the sharpest slider in the league, I would say.
Oof. I got J-Dub coming in with a pretty good one himself in game 3.
We'll say for a righty then. The sharpest slider for a right-handed pitcher.
39 miles per hour.
And that's hit to third. Spin on it. Trench handles and delivers.
4-2-2.
And that'll do it. And the Sandvipers bite back in game 2.
I got 2 outs.
Oh, wait a minute. Only 2 outs. Excuse me. As Tanik walking off the field. Fooled me. 1 more out to go. J-Dub, I want my bat.
I knew there was only 2 outs there, Jimbo.
Yeah, the scoreboard had 2 outs, but
Weird.
Tanik's not, they started walking off the field. I bit.
54 miles per hour.
And Walker gets the speed figured out with that slider. J-Dub.
A lot of friendly banter between these teams here tonight. It's good to see teams
Yeah.
getting along out here. It hasn't
Yeah.
always been the case.
Absolutely.
Good
Tries
take.
to back foot him. That's a good take. It's the count back 2 outs. And
3 miles per hour.
flings it to third base. Tanik fields. And that'll do it this time.
4-2-6.
And that'll do it for game 2. Your final, Sandvipers 7, Snappers 2. Good performances from the bottom half of the Sandviper lineup. Casey Herzog, home run and a triple. Alonzo Valencia, his first career PLW home run.